Okay, I am finally getting around to doing a video I wanted to do for a real long time to give people a tour of the castle. If you're not sitting right here in my office, then there's no way to really see and actually visualize what this thing is and what it's going to be. So this also allowed me to tell you a little bit about um, how I actually pulled it off because it might seem kind of weird, but how can a guy who's never studied architecture, has no background in design or even building anything. I've never built anything. How can that person design a 7,500 square foot medieval castle and actually build it? So maybe this will give you a little insight into my thought process. One of the first things I did was I started looking at a lot of castles in Europe. I just collected hundreds of pictures and I would look at them and say, what do I like and what do I don't like? Like a lot of this ornate stuff is over the top. I was really more drawn to kind of like the 14th century fortress kind of look. Um, and when you look at hundreds of pictures like this, you start to see patterns, and you're better able to answer the question: what is a castle? What does it look like? What are the elements of a castle? Because a lot of times I've seen people try to build castles, and they just look terribly cheesy. Um, and there's a design philosophy that's different between a castle and a house. A modern house has a lot of very big windows and um, old castles have little tiny slit windows. At the end of the day, you still have to live in it. So there's got to be a trade-off in the design. So after I did that, I started putting together some ideas in a package called Home Designer Pro. And this is what the castle will look like after after all is said and done. Uh, so let me see if I can get the angle right here and zoom out just a bit and show you the state that it's currently in right now. All right, so I've got a little bit of a video here. We'll just watch just a few seconds of it. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like now. You can see the terraces that I built. It took about 9 years to build those, and then the over here we've got this will be um, the second floor. This will be the living room. First floor will be the family room or the audiovisual room. Home gym over here. So this was from the foundation pour that we did last October, October 4th, 2018. So back to the drawing here. This package was really a great package, but it's not quite as powerful as something like AutoCAD. So I can't do all the detail in it that I want to. But what it really is great at is roughing out a plan and testing it. So basically, with this package, you start with a floor plan and you go from there. Let me go down one floor here. We'll start off down in the basement. Go take a look at each one of the rooms here. So basically, you draw a house in 2 dimensions, and then the software allows you to put it in 3 dimensions, like we were just viewing. And it allows you to drop a camera into a space. So here's the home theater. And we're going to drop a camera in here, and all right, so take a full camera. We'll stick it in the room here, and this will allow us to take a look around the room and see what this is going to look like. All right, so you can see we get this round room. You can see some of the windows there, and it's funny, that's actually the view that we'll have for Welch and Dickey. And so I can look around in the room. It gives me a better idea of what's going. So what we're going to do in this room, we're going to put a projector up in the ceiling, and this entire wall will be our television. And you've got a spiral staircase off to the left here that connects to the second floor. So that's all it for the lower level. Um, there was a minor change last year. I had when the foundation walls started to go up, I saw that they were incredibly high. And my original plan was to backfill under the house, but by not backfilling and doing floor joists instead, I now have a whole bunch of extra space under the house. So all of the things like the water heater, the furnace, the batteries for the this is going to be an off-the-grid house, so the battery packs are all going to be down here in the basement area. It's kind of uneven sloping granite, but I can just build shelving on that. All right, so that's it for the first floor. We'll go back up, or the lower level, go up to the first floor. Take a look at the living room here. My original plan was to put a fireplace down in the basement, or in the family room below this, and then stack another fireplace on top of that. But I really want to pour my heart into this fireplace, so I'm not doing a fireplace down below. That's going to take a lot of time to do that fireplace. Of course, we're going to have a baby grand in the uh, living room for both Camille and I. And I like the idea of an open concept so that you can just very easily walk between the kitchen and the living room. Um, so let's take a look at the kitchen. Let me move around a bit here. Oh yeah. Okay, so take a look from maybe right here. So I designed this little breakfast nook that sticks out from the side of the house, and that gives us great views up into Franconia Notch and uh, right there, Welch and Dickey. Um, and you can see you can walk right very, flow was really important to me. So I like the idea of the kitchen being close to the living room. Open concept here and having an island. I thought that was important. Um, on the other side, we're going to have a big dining room. Let's see if I can move that floor camera a little bit. Oops. All right, so we'll put the floor camera in the dining room right here. So this room is actually going to be open above, so that you have 2 stories and 2 stories of windows here. This on the far wall is the fish tank room. When I was in college, I used to go scuba diving on the weekends, and I would catch fish and bring them back to my little apartment in Palm Bay, Florida. I always said when I have my own house, I'm going to have a gigantic saltwater fish tank. So um, we'll have a tank there, big open dining room. This is the entrance that'll have lots of pictures on the walls of us. There's our wedding picture, lining both sides. Now on this left side here is a gigantic closet. Imagine all kids' ski equipment and boots and jackets and all that stuff will go in there. Right here is a little pantry, and next to it is a spiral staircase that takes you upstairs to the second floor. Okay, so that's the dining room. Let's move on to see. Also, we have a little bathroom on the first floor. This is the first floor bathroom. I just threw some things in here, like a shower tub. I don't know. We'll do the real design of this later. What's great about this package, Home Designer Pro, I can just grab things like, give me a bathroom package, a toilet and a tub, and just drop it in there. That's really handy. Over here, I've got a room that I'm calling my workshop. When I grew up as a teenager, I had my father had every tool imaginable down in the basement. We could build just about anything. So I've missed that all of my adult life, not having access to all of those tools and a special place to work. So this will be my workshop. Um, when I changed the design last year and moved the all the utilities down in the basement, it ended up giving me an extra room up here. This was going to be the where all the utilities were, and it's kind of an odd shaped room. What we're going to do is we're going to make this into the arts and crafts room for the kids. This is where we'll be doing all of our little artsy type projects. Um, we've got a home gym. I just finished up the putting down the subfloor for the home gym. That was a major milestone. So we'll have one of the things I hate about our current gym is down in the basement. It's a dark, dreary place to work out. And it'd be nice to have a nice little workout place with a view of Welchendiki. All right, so that's pretty much the first floor. Let's go up to the second floor. Okay, there we go. So if we look down over the dining room area, you'll see what it looks like from up above. So there's this little walkway here, pretty much an open concept. And then down here, so there's a bedroom here, and down at the end is my home office. So I currently have an office in downtown Plymouth for my software company, but I will eventually move that to the castle. I don't need much space, so I just basically need a desk and a computer. So this will be my little home office, and I'll have a little bit of a view there with two little windows, and got an upstairs bedroom. I don't know. This will probably be my son's room, Adnan, and let's see. Where the castle turrets are. You know what? I didn't show the front of the house. We should do that first. Take a look at the around the front. Okay, so on the front of the house, going to have these two spires, and everybody sees this says, "Wow, that's really cool." And where did you come up with that design? Well, I will say that that design was blatantly stolen from Le Chateau de Vigny in Vigny, France. I just love the design of this. So I pulled that picture. Oops, wrong one. Pulled that picture into Photoshop and chopped out a story, and then that's what we are using for the design, trying to get something just like that. Unfortunately, this CAD package that I have has real difficulty drawing things like this. So I first rough out my drawings in Home Designer Pro, and then I have a real architect in Rio de Janeiro. Why Rio instead of the US? Well, I'd have to pay $150 an hour for an architect here, but in Rio, the economy is not doing very well, and I can get an architect there for 16 bucks an hour. So, and he's just done a brilliant job. This is an actual AutoCAD drawing where he's taken my drawings, and he will take everything that I'm working on and do the actual drawing. So then I get the drawings back from him, and I will hand them off to my structural engineer here in Waterville Valley. Now here I'm willing to pay the big dollars for him because this has got to be absolutely right. He's got to run the numbers, and he needs to know New Hampshire building code. So he knows all of that, and then so for example, here's something that he gave me now. So here's the floor joist plan. He's saying, okay, you got to put in a bunch of concrete columns here, and then you'll lay your floor joists out here. So he's done all the calculations and figured out all the loads of everything, and knows um, uh, how much, like for example, the fish tank room right here. The fish tank's going to be really heavy, so you can see that he's doubled up the beams right here. So he knows all that stuff that needs to happen to be in compliance with New Hampshire building code, and he keeps me out of trouble. So that explains how I was able to get the castle design, but it doesn't really say much about how I know how to build it. I've never really built a house before, so I've looked at a lot of things on the internet, whether I want to do concrete or rebar or working with wood, measuring. I can always research it online and find a lot of information there. But also to keep me out of trouble is I have a local building advisor, Ted, who's a professional builder. I run things by him if I don't know what I should be doing or how I should do something. And so between him and the structural engineer, I get a lot of really good feedback on what I should and shouldn't be doing. Okay, now we're going to go upstairs here and take a look at the guest bedroom. I'm going to drop a camera here in the middle and we can take a look at that. This is a good example of one of those furniture sets that you can just drag and drop into it. So if you drag a king size bed into a room with two coffee tables on either side, or I don't know, what do you call those, nightstands, and they touch the wall, then you know the room's too small. so using the furniture sets was really helpful for me to get an idea of how big is a room, how big are windows. I ran around my house with a tape measure. This is going to be the guest bedroom. I know Sensei Matson was particularly interested in this room. He asked me if there would be any room in the castle for old Wichi-Ryu grandmasters. I said absolutely. So hopefully he'll come to visit us sometime when this is done. One of the things I really hate about our current house is that we have a laundry room down in the basement. So we have to drag all the dirty laundry down there, and then we got to bring it all back up to the third floor once it's clean. I hate that. So I'm going to have a laundry room right on the other side of the master bedroom. And see this door here? This leads right into our closet. So on the other side of that door, we'll have a closet that is a walk-in closet from the master bedroom. And let's go down to look at the master bedroom. All right, so let's see. Maybe we can look at it from this side. Drop a camera in there. All right, so we'll have a tiny little fireplace in the master bedroom. Killer view, of course, of the Welch and Dickey and the Sandwich Mountains. There'll be this little alcove sort of thing here where you can sit in a chair and read. That's the master bedroom. Then let's see, master bath is right here. So I love the idea of two sinks. There'll be a shower and some sort of jacuzzi like hot tub sort of thing here in front of the window. All right, on to the girls' room. This is going to be the bedroom for Lucette and Camille. Now this, you'll see an example of the breakdown in this piece of software to be able to, I'm doing something really the software wasn't designed to do. So you'll see some weirdness in this rendering, like these walls are supposed to be full walls that go all the way up to the ceiling, not just half walls like that. Part of the reason is we've got this step out if you look at, so you can see how this wall here steps out 1 foot, and this software just can't really handle that well. So I did what I could to kind of fudge it all together, but some of the walls disappeared in the rendering. No big deal. Still allows me a great ability to prototype and make sure that the design is going the way I want. So, right, as you can see through the wall, we've got a bathroom right on the other side, and 2 sinks because I'll have 2 teenage girls, and I want peace and quiet in the house. I don't want to hear them fighting over the bathroom. They'll have a big walk-in closet over here, and then the rest of this space over here will be where they do their homework. Um, let's see what else up here. Oh yeah, one of the really coolest things that I came up with. I went to see Tony Robbins in Fiji for his business mastery seminar that lasted a week, and every day we ate in this pavilion outside, and it's a tropical rainforest, so it rained every day. So we ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner in that covered place overlooking the Pacific, and I thought that was so cool. I need to do that in a castle. So this is my version of that, where we'll have this covered deck above the living room where we can entertain when it's raining, fire up the barbecue, and still enjoy the being outside even when it's raining. Um, and something I just came up with recently this summer, I just added this new element. We'll put another little outdoor fireplace on top of the fireplace in the living room. So that's pretty much it. That's what the castle's going to look like, and um, I hope you have a better understanding now of how it was I was able to draw this. This didn't happen overnight. It all came together over a period of years of tweaking this drawing and changing things, and I'm still changing things. Like for example, last year discovering that I had all this room under the house here, so I put this door in to get access to that space under the house. Also put another door in the under here to get space and access to space under the kitchen. So just tons and tons of storage space under there. I still don't have the complete design done. I'm kind of designing as I go for the year that I'm building in. So this year I'll be finishing all the floors, the first floor joist, and get 1 block high into the first floor. And then next year I will be doing all the blocks for the first floor, and probably putting the timbers on the top of the first floor, and maybe the decking for the second floor. We'll see. We'll see how my budget holds out. Next year, and then year after that, do the second floor, complete the second floor, and after that, I'm pretty much done. After that, I plan to hire a professional builder who will do all the things that I'm not qualified for, like electrical, plumbing, who will do the roofing. I don't want to be up here on the roof putting this stuff on. The power systems, that'll all be contracted out. I don't even want to do the windows and doors. This is going to be a super energy efficient off the grid house that's powered by geothermal and wind and solar. So I really want the windows and doors installed correctly so that there are no air gaps in it. I think it really takes experience to do that. So I won't be doing that either. While they're working on that, I'll probably be the one who's putting the stone veneer on the outside of the castle. And I think by doing it this way, I'll have the whole price of the thing down to a reasonable mortgage. My biggest fear is to get into this thing, get into a mortgage that's way bigger than I can afford. So by getting all the walls up and doing all the site work, like the blasting I've had to do, the road, getting all that stuff done, and drilling 900 holes into the granite cliff face to be able to pin the footings, and all this really hard, dirty work. We'll have that all behind us, and then the finish out should be just the same as finish out for a regular house, except that you get a few little things that are a little weird, like some really steep roofs and spires. When we get into that last year, we'll figure out what the design is for all of those and get that done correctly. So that's my tour of the Keene Castle. Hope you enjoyed it, and have to stop by and pay us a visit at the site sometime. Thanks for watching.